Now, the next story is called The Robot and the Mouse.
No, bad robot.
It was a bad robot, yes.
What's a mouse?
The mouse was a little bit bad too.
No. Not the rib and the mouse. The rib, a bad robot.
Yep. Once upon a time, in a house not very far from here, lived a robot and a dog. Of course, the dog wasn't really allowed in the house, but the little boy always dreamed that the robot was there. He thought, one day when I'm a big boy, I'm going to let the dog come in the house. But the daddy of the little boy said the dog was not allowed in the house. Sorry, the story is called The Robot and the Mouse.
No.
No, it wasn't called The Robot. What was it called?
It was called a bad robot. Tell a story about a robot. A very bad robot.
Yeah, is there a mouse in this story or not?
No.
Right, just a story about the bad robot. Anyway.
I was with a very bad robot.
Yes, and one day, so the dog was sleeping outside, but one thing which the little boy in the house had was a toy robot. And one night the toy robot came alive and started to do very bad things. First of all, he went down to the kitchen and opened the fridge, and the robot did, the bad robot, and took out the sausages in the fridge. Then he went outside the front door where the dog was sleeping and gave the sausages to the dog. The dog wolfed them down in no time at all. Then the bad robot took some tongs for the fire and started swinging around, and he said to the dog, "Look what I can do, I can swing these tongs around the room without dropping them," when suddenly they slipped out of his grasp, flew across the room and smashed a window. "Uh-oh," said the robot, "that's bad." And the dog said, "Woof, woof," which means you're going to be in trouble. Then the bad robot decided it would try to mend the window. And it thought, what do I need to mend the window? I know, a hammer. So he went to get a hammer and was getting ready to hammer the window which was broken when he hammered the wrong window, and it's smashed too. So the robot started to imagine all sorts of things which would happen to him, like he'd be sent to the junkyard. Yes.
Then smash all the windows. All were mine.
Yes, that's what happened. The robot was so cross with himself, he went round the house smashing windows. But in the end, they caught him and sent him upstairs.
No. It was a night. It was a night, Daddy.
A mite.
It was evening.
Yes, it was the evening by now, and everything was getting ready for eating outside. But the little robot was still in the house, and it had its hammer, and it tried to repair the windows. But it thought, wait, I'll just test another window. He thought he tapped on the window lightly with the hammer, but it went smash and fell into little bits. Oh dear. So he tested all the windows in the house that he could, and they all, one after the other, fell the windows all smashed. And that was another bad thing the robot did. Anyway, then the robot decided it was hungry and decided to sit down in front of the television eating some crisps and chocolate bars and watch television. But the robot wasn't content with the television, so there were only stories about good people on the television.
But please tell the story.
Yes, he was watching television, the robot. And the only good people, well, he was expecting good people, but one of the movies he watched, there was a bad outlaw, and the robot thought he must be the hero and he wanted to be like him. So the robot decided he's going to run away. So he ran up to his room, saw a window which was open, jumped out of the window, and ran over the window between the two. So he jumped out of the window and ran away. Well, he got to a field with a river in it, and he jumped over the river and kept running as far as he could away from the house and the river and any other landmarks that he knew. Well, when the mummy and daddy woke up in the morning and saw the mess, they thought their little boy had done it. Right, said Daddy, that's no presents for you at Christmas. I'm going to tell Father Christmas how naughty you've been. How hard the boy tried, he couldn't prove himself right. But then, when the robot was ready to stand trial, suddenly the dog felt sorry for him and came to the child and said, woof, 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 woof. And the judge said to the dog, I don't understand you. You have to speak English. And the dog said, woof, 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 woof. Which means that means that when it goes woof, 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 the daddy thinks the dog's done it. But it was really the robot, wasn't it? But Daddy still thinks the robot's a little toy.
Daddy?
Yes?
Tell a story.
Yes. So, the daddy said to the robot when he found out who did it, right, that's it, my young man. I'm going to hold you captive.
Who?
The daddy is going to hold the robot captive for the rest of the month.
No,
what?
No, tell a story.
Right, so anyway, what's going to happen next is the little boy is blamed for everything and he gets sent to his bedroom, and the dog comes up to console him, and then the robot creeps up when no one's looking, and they all play together and do a giant big jigsaw puzzle. Now, eventually, after a very long time, they'd finish the jigsaw puzzle and they could hear the little boy walking around, so they said goodnight to the little boy, because already did socket. Said goodnight to the daddy because he had the things he'd been taking with him planted in the animal selection area. And now it's time to go to sleep.
Okay, does the story go on?
No, that's the end of the story.
Now can listen to a story.
I don't have that information in the end of the story.
Oh, well, that was Siri talking. I don't know why it talks to me.
It was talking to me.
Oh, was it talking to you?
Yeah.